What advice would you give me for a person who's suffering with stage 4 cancer and is very angry and not turning to the Lord at this end of lifetime? What do you say to them to help them to offer it up? Now, that's really tough because it's easy for us to sit there and tell somebody else who's looking at this kind of terrible diagnosis and tell them, you should be, rejoicing in the Lord and offering it up. What do you do? How does someone deal with somebody who's going through that?
Yeah, Dr. Elizabeth Kübler-Ross, as you know, elucidated those 5 stages of dying, and one of them is actually anger. You have, obviously the shock and disbelief stage, then you have the bargaining stage, then you have the anger stage, but essentially, if one gets there, actually after the anger stage, I hate to tell you this, there's also a depression stage, but after that depression stage, there is an acceptance stage if the person has faith. And one of the things you might do is to say, anger is a normal part of the process of being given the news about terminal illness, and it is. It's a very normal stage. About 80% of people go through it. You can't almost avoid it. Even trying to suppress the anger will only enhance the depression. So I would say the first thing to do is talk to the Lord about what you're feeling, about the anger, about the issue. But when you talk to the Lord about the anger you're feeling, you need the faith of the resurrection. And my thought would be it's absolutely imperative to have that faith that God is calling you to the risen life. Now, you might say, I don't want to be called to the risen life right now. I don't want to go to the resurrection. I've got lots of things that I want to do right now. That's what I would say, talk to the Lord about. But I wouldn't go to the Lord and talk to Him about your anger without that faith, right, in the resurrection that's to come. That He wants to save you, that He's calling you, that He wants to use the suffering you're going through to bring you to the fullness of light and joy with Him. If you've got that sense of the resurrection, then talk to the Lord about that anger. Ask Him how to transform that anger into something else. It would not be unusual if your friend goes through a little bit of depression as well, and again to turn to the Lord in the times of depression to try and ask for some help and grace. And by the way, there's no shame when you move into that stage of depression. There's no shame in asking someone for some help, some medication, some therapy that will help them move through that depression. There are lots of ways of dealing with the depression effectively. Right. And so they're going to move through it. And if they have faith, they're going to move through it very constructively. And then, of course, there's going to be at the other side of that faith commitment. Right. There's going to be a wisdom that they're going to give away toward the end. So be patient, but have faith in that resurrection. Have faith in the love of God.
And if you're the person who's with that person, be there for them. Don't necessarily try to take their pain away or convince them they shouldn't feel the way that they feel, but pray for them and be there and be able to listen to them as they deal with those stages of anger.